Animals that terrify Europe but are delicious dishes. You might be surprised to learn that some animals, which are considered delicacies in certain parts of the world, are actually feared in Europe. In fact, these species have caused serious struggles for many European countries, impacting not only the local ecosystem but also causing significant economic damage. Let's explore which animals are on this list. Crucian carp. The crucian carp is considered one of the most invasive fish species in Europe. Its ability to reproduce asexually gives it a significant competitive advantage. Originally native to Asia, this species is closely related to the goldfish and competes with the endangered native silver crucian carp in the same habitat. While goldfish and silver crucian carp reproduce sexually, crucian carp have an evolutionary advantage that allows them to save time searching for mates. Specifically, crucian carp use the sperm of silver crucian carp or other fish species to reproduce. These fish blend into schools of silver crucian carp and lay eggs, which are then fertilized by unsuspecting males. However, the stolen sperm only triggers egg cell division. Its genetic material is later destroyed and not used. This process, known as sperm-dependent reproduction, means that all offspring are genetic clones of the mother. As a result, most crucian carp populations consist mainly of females, with males being extremely rare. This unique reproductive strategy allows them to multiply at an astonishing rate and outcompete native fish populations. In Europe, crucian carp are highly adaptable, capable of surviving in environments with low oxygen levels and poor water quality, conditions that many native fish cannot tolerate. Additionally, they compete aggressively with native species for food and habitat. These traits make them a highly invasive species, posing a significant threat to aquatic ecosystems. Interestingly, Europeans do not enjoy eating crucian carp, as they find the fish too bony. They also seem unfamiliar with the spices and cooking techniques used in Asian cuisine to prepare delicious dishes like crucian carp sour soup, crucian carp braised with turmeric, crucian carp stewed with starfruit, or fish soup with fermented rice. Because of this, the wild population of this fish remains high, making it one of the most harmful invasive fish species in Europe. Wels catfish. The Wels catfish is another invasive species and the largest freshwater fish in Europe. This giant catfish is highly aggressive and poses a major threat to river and lake ecosystems across several countries. Some native fish species are even at risk of extinction due to its presence. Wels catfish typically grow between 1.3 m and 1.6 m, 4.3 to 5.2 feet, with rare specimens exceeding 2 meters, 6.6 feet. However, over time, reports of enormous Wels catfish have emerged. For instance, a massive 2.78 meters, 9.1 feet, Wels catfish weighing 144 kilograms, 317 pounds, was once caught in Italy. This species has an extraordinary reproductive capacity. A single female can lay up to 2,000 eggs per kilogram of body weight. During the breeding season in summer, a single fish can produce as many as 700,000 eggs. Additionally, Wels catfish are highly protective of their eggs, ensuring that their offspring hatch safely. They also grow rapidly, reaching maturity within 4 to 5 years. Their lifespan typically ranges from 20 to 30 years, but some individuals can live up to 80 years. These factors enable their population to thrive rapidly in Europe. Currently, Wels catfish have invaded rivers and lakes in Western and Southern Europe, spreading across at least 10 countries, including France, Italy, Spain, and the United Kingdom. Their rapid expansion has led to a significant decline in native fish populations, especially migratory species of high commercial value, such as herring and Atlantic salmon. This has resulted in severe damage to Europe's freshwater ecosystems. Much like crucian carp, Europeans do not enjoy eating Wels catfish. If they could find a way to export this fish to Vietnam or other Asian countries, where it is a popular ingredient, this problem could be solved quite easily. Wild boars. Wild boars are another animal considered a delicacy in Vietnam because their meat is undoubtedly delicious and quite expensive. However, ironically, European countries struggle to control the population of these wild boars. With their rapid reproduction rate and high adaptability, wild boars are invading many cities across Europe. They roam freely, rummage through garbage, and cause destruction to homes and farmlands. In Italy, wild boars currently cause agricultural damage amounting to $22 million annually. Farmers growing zucchini, eggplant, and bell peppers struggle to keep wild boars away from their farms because as these animals wander in search of food, they uproot crops. The wild boar problem is not exclusive to Italy. Rapid urbanization has deprived boar populations of their natural habitats, forcing them to spread across Europe. Numerous encounters between humans and wild boars have been recorded in major cities such as Berlin, Germany, Madrid, Spain, and Warsaw, Poland. In Poland, since 2017, wild boar hunting has been conducted year-round. In 2021 alone, hunters killed 269,000 wild boars, yet they continued to invade urban areas. It is estimated that Warsaw now has over 1,000 wild boars. Spain has also reported that the population of these animals could double by 2025, despite more than 400,000 being hunted each year. Aside from extermination plans, the authorities of Cadaqués, a town east of Barcelona, have introduced several solutions. One of them is imposing fines on individuals who feed wild boars and launching campaigns to raise public awareness. The majority of citizens support ending the habit of feeding wild boars. In Rome, Italy, local authorities have installed protective nets around trash bins, achieving some success. The German government uses specialized traps to eliminate wild boars. However, Europeans are reluctant to eat these animals, fearing they carry numerous diseases. This may be the primary reason why wild boar populations remain difficult to control. Asian hornets, murder hornets. In 2005, for unknown reasons, a shipment of porcelain from China to France contained a nest of Asian hornets, also known as murder hornets. Since then, these hornets have multiplied at an alarming rate across Europe, a continent where they were previously non-existent. The venom of the Asian hornet is as potent as that of a snake. If you are unaware that most bees die after stinging a person, Asian hornets are an exception. They can sting repeatedly, and their venom regenerates continuously. In addition to flying forward, these hornets can also hover in place or even fly backward, much like a helicopter, making it easier for them to pursue and seize prey such as yellow bees or honeybees in an instant. Asian hornets reproduce at an extraordinary rate. This is why a single hornet nest inside a shipping container from China to France has caused such distress across Europe. With their rapid breeding, they pose the greatest threat to native bee species, gradually leading to the decline of honeybee populations. Across Europe, multiple news outlets have reported on the Asian hornet invasion, urging citizens to report any sightings of their nests to local authorities for extermination. In Europe, these hornets are highly carnivorous, while native honeybees and yellowbees have no natural predators. As a result, the hornets have become even more aggressive, making them the most dangerous invasive species on the continent today. The North American raccoon was introduced to Germany in 1934 for fur farming during World War II. This animal escaped into the wild and multiplied rapidly. North American raccoons can live anywhere, including forests, farms, suburbs, and urban areas. As an omnivorous species, they feed on frogs, fish, rodents, birds, fruits, and even some types of snakes. After invading Germany, raccoons spread to cities and towns. They scavenge food from trash bins, sleep in chimneys and sewers, and take over garages and attics. Once raccoons occupy an area, driving them away becomes nearly impossible and extremely difficult. Furthermore, scientists warn that North American raccoons can spread infectious diseases and parasitic illnesses such as rabies. Rabies has been largely eradicated from most parts of Europe, but Ben Trans has warned that North American raccoons could introduce the virus in Eastern Europe. The Spanish Association of Science and Technology reported that, over the years, 142 cases of rabies have been detected in North American raccoons across Europe, mainly in Ukraine, Estonia, Germany, and Lithuania. Occasionally, North American raccoons carry Physoloptera, a parasitic roundworm that can cause abscesses, neurological damage, or even death in humans. One major concern is that European countries like Spain do not regulate the trade of North American raccoons. European residents buy them as pets and later release them into the wild when they grow larger or become aggressive. Additionally, European countries lack data on the distribution and population density of North American raccoons across the continent. The marbled crayfish, also known as Maximobras, is the only known crustacean capable of asexual reproduction. This mutant species did not exist in the world 25 years ago, but today, it has become the most invasive freshwater crayfish globally due to its remarkable ability to self-replicate. This invasive species has spread across Europe and Africa, destroying many ecosystems. The marbled crayfish emerged as an invasive species in the mid-1990s. At that time, a fish hobbyist in Germany purchased a large crayfish, which he called the Texas crayfish. After bringing it home, he was shocked to see its rapid growth and the enormous number of eggs it laid. He shared the crayfish with his friends and talked about its unique abilities. However, as marbled crayfish started appearing in pet stores, aquarium enthusiasts noticed something unusual. All marbled crayfish specimens in existence were female. They did not need a mate, yet they could still lay an enormous number of eggs. Since they were all female, owners could not manage hundreds of specimens at once. Many simply released them into nearby bodies of water. The marbled crayfish quickly spread across lakes in Germany and then expanded throughout Europe, reaching countries like Hungary, the Czech Republic, Croatia, and Ukraine. In addition to its incredible ability to self-replicate, the marbled crayfish is highly adaptable and thrives in the wild. It can even walk hundreds of meters to reach new lakes and streams, spreading at an alarming rate. Each time it reaches a new environment, the marbled crayfish takes only a short time to dominate, wiping out native species. This makes it even more dangerous and concerning, becoming a top ecological threat in Europe. What do you think about today's topic? If you have the chance to visit European countries, would you want to help them stop this invasive species? Feel free to share your thoughts and leave a comment below.